I guess around like that To Pimp a Butterfly era, that's when I really started to get into music and finding my own taste.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's dope. How
Yeah,
long have you
yeah.
actually been rapping?
I've been rapping since 13. My uncle, I say uncle, but he's 26, even though he is my uncle. He started rapping and me wanting to follow suit with him, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna do this too.
Mm.
Oh, shit. Wait, has he actually like released anything?
Yeah, he got a song with Dizzy Wright, if I want to say somebody notable, but yeah, man, he's he's
Wow.
he's fucking dope too.
Really?
Yeah, maybe I'll get him in one of these.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
like it doesn't really succumb to anything now, surprisingly, working with these artists, but you live and you learn.
Wait, say that one more
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it doesn't really like culminate to anything working with these notable artists
Oh,
sometimes, you know. You live and you learn.
yeah, I can see that. Did he like actually go out of the way to like pay for the feature and whatnot?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And
Money talks, you know, they're not doing that for free.
and Disney probably didn't actually like promote it or anything.
Nothing. Didn't do
Yeah,
nothing.
Wow.
that's kind of the way it goes.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
It's cool. Waiting on anybody else. I know we got FIFO and Beezy. I don't know if they join in or what.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know B should be here in a sec.
It's good, bro.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Chilling, chilling.
Yeah, it's good to see all of y'all. Everybody's well and good health.
Yeah, man. Yeah, can't complain. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, just trying to make it out in this new city in college, Baltimore, trying to make it work.
Okay,
So-
because you're from Delaware, you said?
Yeah, I'm from Wilmington, Delaware.
Got you.
Hmm.
How long
That's
you
where
been
Joe
out?
Biden.
You said Joe
Oh.
Biden?
Yeah, that's where he's from. Yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't tell nobody about that.
I mean, that's all we got, though. You know.
How was he? How was he as like a? What was he out there?
I think
He was a senator,
he
wasn't he?
yeah, he probably was a senator. I don't think he was doing much. I mean, my grandfather can tell like Joe Biden's stories, but I knew where his house was for sure. He had security even then.
Yeah,
Hmm.
got you.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wait,
'cause
so
Yeah,
what made you move to Baltimore?
Yeah, I go to art school, Micah Maryland Institute College of Art, and I paint. And I've always been doing art since I was 9 years old. Doing like that was my extracurricular. I didn't do basketball or football. I was always painting. And even now, I'm kind of like, damn, like music is more fulfilling than this painting shit, honestly. So I'm just going with the flow, but I'm also trying to like, you know, promote myself on that other front as well because that's what I want to do. I'm starting to believe.
Yeah. Are you thinking about changing your focus to music over painting?
I'm thinking about going to a different city. I'm about to go to Philly and Temple because their music's a little bit more popping and there's a bigger pool of people. This is a private institution, so like it's really hard to like find people who are like-minded or even interested in what I'm doing. But
Mhm.
outside of this bubble of my campus, it's a good community.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope.
did you do the cover for "I'm Knowing a Homie"? Did you did that's your
Yeah, I
work?
did that. I did that a while ago, man. Yeah.
Said tripping look like some painting too. That's just you too.
Yeah, that's me. I did that a digital painting. Yeah, I just got into that. So
Mm.
Got you. What about Limbo?
yeah, digital painting as well. You check Limbo out with King Los?
Yeah. I check. Normally, like when we do these, I try to go back and listen to some of the other stuff too.
I appreciate that.
Get a a good vibe on you as a whole. Not just the one you sent over.
Yeah, guys, King Los was the same situation as Dizzy as we were talking about. You know,
I was about to ask you that. Yeah.
I mean, you know, he was a cool guy. It was nice meeting him for sure. And I got a funny story about that if you guys want to hear later on too.
No, for sure. I don't know where y'all saw the FIFO?
No. Let me text again.
Yeah. Yeah, B had an important call with his dad, so he'll be on shortly.
All good.
But I don't know what FIFO's situation is right now. This is 606.
Man, you guys are too cool. Ken all laid up. It's like, what's up? Like, too cool.
That's kid, man. You got that old man vibe. I'm trying to aspire to be there because I'm getting up there too.
Yeah, y'all been doing this for a minute. I was just thinking about like my long-term goals. And I guess getting my music reviewed is one of them for real, for real. I mean, most notably like the needle drop, of course, but you guys got some credibility, of course, too.
Nah, for sure.
Have you sent anything to him?
Nah, it's just hard to get to him. You know, I've been like capitalizing on his Twitter sometimes if he's like, yo, what are you guys listening to or whatever, but
I do kind of wonder if he ever really actually looks at the replies. I think he sends that shit out like every other day, you know, but I kind of wonder if he actually ever looks at what people are actually saying they're listening to.
probably not. You guys are gatekeepers though, just know that. You know, he is as well.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Does Fantano do stuff like that where he just kind of like up and coming artists? Does he do that?
I think at one point on his other channels, but now his other channels have become something else as he's garnered more attention. So
He should though. I know he was doing that Bandcamp thing one time. Like he was doing stuff he finds on Bandcamp. He was doing that at one point. So I don't know if he's still doing that or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he does or not, but now he just kind of sends out these messages every once in a while where he's just like, what are y'all listening to? And then everybody replies back with what they're listening to. And sometimes if I see the tweet, I'll kind of like scroll through the replies to see if there's anything that might pique my interest. But I do kind of wonder sometimes. I'm like, do you just send that shit out just for the fuck of it? Or are you really actually like looking through that? Because I would never send no shit like that. Because I wouldn't want all the replies all day because it's going to be a whole bunch of bullshit. So I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and within like 2 minutes, it's already so many replies. Like, will he even see mine? Like, come on.
Yeah, he needs a better system if he's gonna really, look into that. But he does so much stuff. I don't even know how he has time to even do something like that. He does all this. I mean, I guess we do a lot of stuff too, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might have some assistance or something because I don't. Yeah,
I was just saying for him personally to go through it. You know what I mean? Take some time to personally go through stuff. Because he gets stuff out so quick.
Yeah, I don't think he is, to be honest. I don't think he's gonna sit there and fucking dig. He might dig through some of them. Like it's kind of like what we do. Like when we put stuff up on Reddit, I'll only look at that shit for the first day, and I don't go back typically. I think Tano probably will look at his responses for like an hour and then be like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, right?
Yeah,
I mean
it's totally fair.
Yeah,
it's totally fair. I don't know how many Twitter followers he has, but I'm sure he has enough to where he's gonna get like hundreds of responses within an hour. So
right.
Yeah, it's just engagement. Something you got to do at the same time.
Yeah. I'm
exactly. It's something. Yeah, it's something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm too lazy to do all that.
That go B.
Yeah.
30.
What up? What's good?
What's going on, Beezy?
What's good?
He said you own $15 since you was late, B.
Yeah, man. Time is money right now, bro. What's going on?
You can PayPal it to him.
Crazy.
Cash App, whatever works.
I appreciate you being here, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Just busy. School. I got class right after this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You said 7. You got doing like tele class, like what I'm saying, virtual.
Nah, we going in person. Just mask up. Yeah, I'm on campus right
mask
now.
is mandatory.
Yeah, right now. I know they sent out an email saying like you guys can't take off your mask yet because I guess people were doing that given the fact that like things have been settling down now. But yeah, still mask.
Got you. But we gonna take too much more waste too much more of your time, man. FIFA will just have to kind of chime in once he comes in. Sorry
or
about that.
if he misses it, man, we'll get him to type up something and send it to you.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I told the professor I'll be a little bit late. This is more important for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh boy, stay your ass in school. Don't say
Right.
don't say stuff like that. This is not more important than your school, bro. Especially if you're at art school.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that's a very, very privileged. Is it a 4-year school?
Yeah, it's 4 years.
Oh man, man. Take your ass to class. I wish when I was your age, I wish I could afford 4-year art school, man, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't even think I can't afford it really. Like it's just something you're told. Like you guys got to go to school, so like I'm just doing it.
That's how I was too. Yeah, I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta, and I got a 4-year degree, but I definitely didn't have the money to do that shit. Like I worked my ass off just to pay my tuition. My first 2 years or something like that, and everything else was just kind of like loans. And I had a couple people from back home, just wanted to see me win. That was pouring into me, sending money, like, mom's friends and family members just kind of pitching in to do it. But yeah, man, what's your focus?
Painting.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to transfer to Temple, like I was saying, just for a different level of painting. It's painting with entrepreneurial studies. They don't even provide that here at an art institution, and I'm just like, what?
They didn't have that at art college or art institute either. Those classes are available. So
to me, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. Like y'all just aren't, prioritizing the certain things that I'm trying to get into because, like I was saying, I'm not really fulfilled just painting alone. I want to figure out, how I can make a business out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting because I know, Mike, we had a slight discussion of this. I had asked you a question: did you take any of the art business classes or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I actually was privy to some of those classes. I don't know if that was because I was in a 4-year program.
Yeah,
but
it is.
I learned a lot about art business and just kind of turning it into a business and stuff like that, and the history of art and business. So I actually learned a lot, man, in school regarding art. So
what were you taking up? I didn't even know you were an artist.
Oh yeah. Computer animation. So while I was getting the computer, I don't want this to be about me or nothing, but like while I was getting the computer animation degree, I did like videography, photography, graphic design. I did some painting as well.
Right.
So it's a fine arts. This is still a fine arts degree. So yeah, I did a lot of stuff, man. Getting it under because when you do animation, you gotta kind of know all of those skills, like composition and all that.
But aren't they different courses? Aren't they different? Different programs?
Yeah, but it's fundamentals to art. You got to know the basics on the ground level in anything when it comes to
right. But don't they put digital art and fine art in 2 different programs? They did when I went to school, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Either way, all that shit is, man. You're very privileged to be at art school, bro. I mean, I can't speak for Rob, but I know I felt way more at home at art school than I did at Georgia State. I just felt way more comfortable.
Yeah, me too.
It's a little different now for sure. I mean, just like, I don't know, if like it's being 2022, ideologies switch up and everything. So like you kind of become like an outsider. I'm getting reject, so to speak, just being out here,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Dave Chappelle was saying, like, these leftists can still be racist,
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Right, man, let's get your album, man.
Get into the music.
Yeah. I'll say this off top, man. Like, I'm glad you like a real artist.
Yeah.
What you mean?
It's pretty refreshing.
He's glad you're not whack. He's basically glad you're not whack.
Yo.
It's pretty refreshing, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder how much whack shit they get sent, or if I'm gonna blow their mind, or if they're gonna like be surprised. Cause I always tell people, hey, I rap, and they don't even like. They don't care until like they hear it and they're like, "Oh, you rap?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I say."
Rap. Yeah, it is surprising. It is shocking. It's like, "Oh shit, okay, yeah, he a rapper for real." You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, man, you'd be surprised, man. A lot of people, they'll ask for our opinion and like literally just started rapping. It's like, what do you expect you're gonna get from us out of all people if you just started rapping and trying to ask our opinion on it? Like,
right?
Get torn apart.
Right.
Torn apart.
It's good. It's good you got a measuring stick because once I heard Limbo, I was like, okay, he rapping with King Los. Damn, like he's actually, doing pretty all right rapping with King Los. I'm like, okay, that you got something there. You definitely got something there.
Appreciate it. King Los sent me a second verse unbeknownst to me. So like, you do it. You know what I mean? Do what you want with that information.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that's what's up, man. So I think one of my favorite joints, of course, easily is Black Owned.
Yeah.
I like what you, I like content wise. I like what you did there. It kind of seemed like, you know, you was talking about like how, you know, Black folks is always kind of like, you know, praising or the great white hope or praising like white owned brands and white owned stuff. And it's like, you never kind of deep out of like your own, you know what I'm saying? So Black owned right there is like definitely one of my standout joints. And the production was actually was kind of cool because it had like a I ain't gonna really say like a rock, well, maybe, but it was different from the rest of the tracks, like the production wise from the beats. It sounded different from everything else that was on that EP. But the content wise, that was definitely my favorite out the five is Black Owned.
I appreciate that. I like that beat as well. I'm trying to find something else like it. One of my friends, he mixed the whole EP as well, and he made that beat. It seemed like he was in rare form because he hasn't sent me anything else like that. And I'm like, damn.
And it sounded completely different from everything else that was on there. So that was the first thing that stood out to me was once I listened to the EP over again, like that particular beat stood out a lot from. Oh no, of course, like I said, the content was definitely on point. So I like that. Not a lot of rappers, this is interesting. Not a lot of rappers talk about that because yeah, a lot of us, we do glorify the brands that probably don't cater to us or don't care about us. I mean, hell, take Gucci for example. Like Gucci didn't have monkey face, gorilla, all that stuff, and people still go by it with no issues. Like, and they still promote it like it's nothing. So no, I like the fact that you touched on that on Black Owned.
Yeah, a lot of inspiration for that song was just the fact that like I went through the phase where I didn't even know what it meant to be Black. You know, what do I call myself? Am I more like, you know what I mean? Do I vibe with that? Like, what is it really? And just thinking back to elementary school where we're learning about the Holocaust in 4th, 5th grade. Like, come on, I don't even know who I am. Like, what is this? I'm supposed to care? No offense, but I'm supposed to care? Like, come on.
I caught that line. That was actually a really dope line about knowing more about the Holocaust and the slave trade. And
yeah,
like that's some real shit. We weren't really taught, at least at the school I was at in high school, we weren't really taught much about the slave trade at all.
Hell no.
But we had full classes on what happened in the Holocaust. And it was very, very common for us to have those discussions. But you really in the 90s, you really couldn't even touch on slavery without making everybody in there uncomfortable, which I think is because, you know, we didn't do the Holocaust. We did slavery. So we can talk about what shit other people did, but we don't want to talk about what we did. So that's a dope line to throw on that side. Especially opening the song up. I was like, hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I never knew that, Mike and Rod, that they, when y'all was in school, they emphasized on Holocaust more than the slave trade.
Not necessarily Holocaust in my school system, just like hardly any of that shit. It was just what white men did that was great.
That was good. Yeah.
That's it. Like none of that shit was taught to me.
Was y'all teachers like mostly white or Black or what? Just curious.
Yeah, they were mostly white. And the crazy part about it was like, this is a predominantly Black school. So like, who are you really like catering this curriculum to? Like,
okay, yeah, because growing up, my school, everything was pretty much 97, 98% Black, like from the principals to the counselors and the teachers. So that's why I asked that question, like about like, yeah, because they made a point for us to talk about like slave shit and Black stuff, you know, as far as the history or whatever. So I was just curious.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So why did you call it Housewarming?
Called it Housewarming. I had a couple different titles. When I really just write titles down, it's probably because I'm watching like a show and like they say something in like their script that just sounds really like whether it's like alliteration, just the way it sounds like rhetorically, like it might have just sounded good. I called it Housewarming because it just felt like it sounded good, literally like that, you know. But on top of that, like this is every project that I release, every single, I release it not only just to throw it out there, but it sets my personal bar of where I'm going. Like I know a lot of guys who I grew up rapping with, they're afraid to release music because they're afraid of that judgment. But I'm like, you can't really like set your own bar if you don't, you know, drop something now and then, you know, you can look at it later and then see how far you've come. So it's Housewarming now because I feel like I'm setting my own my own realm now. Like I've gotten into my style. I know what I sound like now because before I was getting comparisons, but like it's been so long, it's so much music now that like you can really understand the style and like, dictate what it's, where it's going, where it's from.
It's good that you understand that. Because I know we talking a lot about the schooling or whatever. I learned that in like art school or whatever, just to be able to receive constructive criticism, especially when you're an artist. So yeah, I don't know if you learned that from school or just kind of just life in general.
Yeah, school as well. Definitely taught me how to take constructive criticism, just being an artist. I was telling a guy the other day that I didn't like his sketch for this mural and he got offended. I'm like, yo, like, come on, man.
But see, it'll toughen them up though. Like that's what school is like. I learned that in school as well. Like I definitely was humble. Because elementaries, high school and all that drawing stuff, everybody like, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like your shit, but then when you get around people that's just as talented, it's like, oh, yeah, it's all right. You know what I mean? It was a real weird feeling. It's a real humbling experience for me personally.
Right.
Different people. Huh?
I didn't get any of that.
Oh, really?
When I went to art college for a little while, they didn't do that kind of shit.
Oh,
and
man.
Like, because they were more of those kind of teachers where they're just like, there's no such thing as bad art.
Oh,
which I don't have a problem with, to be honest, because I don't think there's any such thing as bad art.
Yeah.
But what they'll do is they'll sit with you, and hopefully they do this at your school. Caesar, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they do this at your school, they'll kind of sit with you and figure out like, okay, what are you trying to accomplish? If that's what you're trying to accomplish, here's how I think you can improve on it, versus being like, yeah, man, nah, that sketch is trash, start over. Or that's trash, start over. Because like people did try to do that shit and the teachers would tear them up. Like, no, we don't do that. Nope.
Well, what you're getting now in art school, a lot of cheerleaders, like they're afraid to even tell you something constructively, something that you should do different. Because, you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want to hurt feelings,
Man,
it's a different
time. Hurt feelings, bro. Life is hurt feelings. You have to get toughened up, like Rod said.
It's a different time now. It's really frustrating.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Oh wow, man, you got a really good mentality, bro. Because like you said, it is like people your age are like a lot softer, I think. And the mentality is different. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel you, but nah, you sound like you come from the old school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I get that a lot. Like people think I'm way older just because the way I talk. Like girls tell me like it's the way you talk. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I don't know.
Yeah, reminds me of Q. Q is kind of like a tough kid or whatever. He's not like your average 27-year-old. That's dope, bro. That's dope, and you can hear it in your music too, man. Like you definitely sound seasoned. I can't believe you like just 21 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I only got time though. A lot of these guys now, Baby Keem, he's like a couple days younger than me. Be a young boy, like 22. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be there. Like,
how many projects do you have besides this one? Is this your first?
This is my first one in a long time where I'm like rapping at this level. Of course, I got some stuff in the vault that's like way better, but my first album was 2019. It was called Lucky You Pseudonym. That has some pretty dope stuff in there too. But like me being an artist, I'm like, damn, I don't want to hear this old shit. But a lot of people say I should keep it because it shows like growth and like, other things that people can appreciate, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like don't take this the wrong way, please. But when I first clicked it, I was like, man, I'm not in the mood to listen to no bullshit. I'm really not in the mood. It had nothing to do with you. I was just like, man, I have to be in the headspace to be able to be constructive about whack shit,
Mm-hmm.
And today I wasn't in that headspace. When I clicked it and I was like, thank you, Jesus. I was like, oh, I don't have to fucking say, like, I don't have to like try to figure out some bullshit to say. Cause like when the beat started, I was like, man, if he fucked this beat up, man, I'm about to give him his 100 back and tell him to get the fuck out of here, man. But when you started rapping, man, I was like, oh shit, snap, crackle, crack, rock. I was like, oh, this dude is a rap rapper.
Right.
Okay. Like you rap.
See,
I was like, okay, maybe, what'd you say?
I started with Limbo. I didn't start with the album.
I didn't get to Limbo until like a few minutes before the call because I listened to the EP like 2 or 3 times just because, you know, I wanted to be able to actually critique it. I didn't see the second part of your text until right before the call. And I was like, oh, he has a song with Los. So I clicked that and I was like, oh, you rapping with Los too. All right.
Yeah.
But no, after the first song, I was like, man, I hope he didn't just have this one good song. Then Black Owned started, and I was like, damn, this beat is hard. He sounds good here too. And then I like how you made the smart decision with the sequencing to kind of mellow it out right in the dead middle of the EP. I was like, oh, that was smart. You switched your flow up a little bit. You didn't sound quite as aggressive, but you were still floating over the beat. Like, nah, man, you really got something special here, bro. I think that you're on a good path. Like when I listened to it, there wasn't a whole lot from because you even mixed it well. Like so some projects will get sent and it's like, oh, the beat's cool. You rap pretty good, but your mixing is trash. You sound like you're way on top of the beat. It's even fucking mixed properly. Like you really are trying to do something serious.
Yeah, I mean, once you start spending money, it's more than a hobby. It feels like a job now, you know.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I think some of the people that will send us stuff, they're not really spending money trying to get shit done. They probably just have like their homie mix it and their homie's uncle. He might know some cousin down the road that can, you know, put stuff on the CD and they do that. And the shit just sounds like bad. But this actually sounds like a pretty pro project, man. I was thoroughly impressed. And they'll tell you, I wouldn't say that if it wasn't the truth. I'd tell you like, no, you need to put some work in and maybe start over. So I'm not lying to you.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Watching enough, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Mike. I don't know if anybody hate this shit. It's Mike, though.
No, man, I fuck with it. I fuck with it. It was cool because I wasn't really sure what you were gonna do because when it first started, because the beat was so dark on Continental, I was like, oh, like when your voice first came out, I was like, oh, he kind of sounds like Benny the Butcher or something. So I was kind of expecting that, but then you started rapping like more intricately, and I was like, oh, all right, man, this is nice. And you're saying shit. You're not just rapping to rap. Like I like that you actually are talking about real things. Like you're not just talking about how dope you are or all the bitches you can fuck and all that. It's just like that shit's cool, but it gets old.
Right.
So nah, man, I'm very pleased, and I want to personally thank you for not being trash and not making this a task to listen to. You know.
Thank you.
Is Caesar Rodney your real name?
No, my name's Rodney Woodland, but Caesar Rodney was like this governor of Delaware in like the 1800s, and they just took down his statue in like the George Floyd protests. But there's streets that I grew up on called Rodney Street, and me being my name Rodney, it was like people would make fun of that, like, "Oh, you're named after the street?" Like, nah, I'm named after my father. But let me take ownership of this now and call myself Caesar Rodney. You know,
it's a good rap name.
Yeah, it's also.
Is he racist? Was he racist?
He might have been a slave owner.
Own a couple of slaves? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they took a statue down, yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely a slave owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I had a couple other rap names before that, but just taking a note from Kendrick, you want something more like personable, you know, you want something that people can identify with, have it be an actual name. You know?
What were some of your other names? Do you remember?
It was Blast Auden. It was like an acronym, obstacles don't deprive niggas. It was really weird, you know. I was just like, this can't. Yeah, it was like real artsy.
Yeah. Nope. Okay. Caesar Rodney better.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Yeah. I like the idea of fucking taking a slave owner's name and then talking about a whole bunch of pro-black. Like, can you imagine like how pissed off they would be?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine at one point you'll Google Caesar Rodney, he'll just disappear, you know.
Yeah.
So that's deeper than really taking down a nigga statue, for real.
Right. You taking his whole name out. That's crazy. See, that's a story, bro. Like, man, you're definitely a lot older than you appear. Like, if somebody was interviewing and I asked them, like, oh, where'd you get the name from? I would expect some bullshit ass answer, but Nah, I took a slave owner's name, and now I'm basically erasing his fucking name. That's crazy, man.
I should start saying it like that.
That's dope that you thought of that too, for you to even think of that. That's dope as hell.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna get pushback for like naming myself after this white man, but it's working out.
That's what's up.
I think if you're able to actually explain, if you just say, "Yeah, I'm named after a slave owner," and then you walk away, I'd be like, "All right, like what the fuck is Candace Owens bullshit?" But no, man, like that's a really deep answer. I fuck with that.
Thanks, I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
But you said you have more like doper music. So when are you dropping that?
Well, my whole problem was just releasing stuff and not having anything to like back it up. Like I'd throw everything in one track, and then like after that, what's next? Nothing, not a music video, nothing. I'm trying to take my time, put things in a vault, and really compile a press release almost. Just I think next for me personally is just getting some music videos for Black owned. I got a little treatment of that. Day of the Dead music video for that. The songs that are popping for sure. While I'm also working on this next LP and getting videos up for that as well. So I can just, drop some singles and then actually, anticipate a project releasing at a due date that's, actually going to hit the mark, and there's no pushback. There's nothing. So you guys got to just stay updated. Hopefully you're following the Spotify, but I definitely want some advice if you have anything for me as a young artist. It's just hard to keep going when you're not really getting the acknowledgement.
I got you. So
That's
you definitely
hard.
need visuals in this day and age for sure. So you're on the right track with that, doing treatments and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I feel like people need something to see, and that's like the music's not enough. You need that sort of content.
Yeah, especially not starting out, because I know you ain't just start out, but just like trying to get your name out there more. This is a good way to try to kind of get your name out there. Get to the ear influences and stuff like that. Because we can easily give you shout outs and stuff like that. Saying we had this dope call with dope artists and stuff like that. So I think you're definitely on the right track with that. Are you on social at all? Like social media?
Yeah, of course. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, but like you really gotta like post every day to get some results out of that shit I'm finding too. So
oh man, you know what? Because you're at the $100 level, like you should submit your track on that $10 level we have. We have a Spotify playlist that we make access to everybody that follows us or whatever.
okay, I saw that.
Yeah, so you can get discovered that way too. We put it on our Twitter, we put it on the IG, Reddit. So, people will go through and listen to that playlist and hear some of your stuff. So I would just put, highlight one of your favorite tracks on there and just add it so we can add it to the playlist.
Yeah, we're picking for you. Put Black owned.
Okay, cool. I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess we can just put it. Well, no, you know what? Submit it on there so we won't forget. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just it's a post.
Yeah, it's a post. I think about a couple of days, maybe the day before yesterday. If you look on there, it's a post on there. You just put your Spotify link under there.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
But you have access to everything under 100, so you can do all of that stuff. So you can do this, you can do that.
Yep.
You got access to all of that.
So in terms of getting reviewed in the future, I go through the same process of just $100 Patreon for the LP, because I definitely want you guys to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, just hit us up. We'll give it a spin, and see what we can do, man.
I only feel bad that I don't have anything to critique you on, really. I mean, I can make something up, but I honestly, listening to this, I didn't hear anything where I was like, man, nah, you can improve on that. I really honestly didn't hear anything that I would say to change. The only thing I can tell you is I want to hear a longer project, because this was a very short project. It was only like, what was it, 12, 13 minutes?
14.
Or was it 14 minutes?
Yeah, barely at 15.
Check out Lucky You. That one's 37 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like with a 13-minute project, I'll say this. It's very easy to fuck that up. Because one song will fuck up a 13-minute project. And you know what I mean? And I didn't hear anything where I was like, man, that shit was not good.
Right.
listening to this, the whole time I was thinking like this really sounds professional, and this dude can really rap, and he's actually not talking about just random bullshit. So I really wish I had something to critique, because I do like to critique motherfuckers, but I don't have anything. Like even the production, that's what I was going to ask you. All of the production was dope. My favorite beat though was Day of the Dead. Do you just find beats online and buy them, or are these actually friends of yours?
Yeah, majority of those beats on that EP and the beats I've been using is from this particular YouTuber who makes beats. His name's Epic the Dawn. And his shit is just like, I don't know if it's the mixing or like, it's just super animated. I'm really picky when it comes to production. Like I have to feel it in the beat. Otherwise, like, I'm not going to like give this beat life unless it's already like speaking to me, or like, if the beat's dark, I have to feel sad, It has to make me want to write something sad or like be angry or be turned up, Some beats just kind of like throw it at you and expect you to like give it that. No, I need it already there. And you gotta meet me halfway. And this guy's really like dope. So yeah, a lot of those beats are by him, and I appreciate his production a lot.
That's another way to kind of get noticed too, just depending on the producers that you're going through.
Yeah, I DM'd them, but he kind of just liked, the post I was sending him. I even sent him the King Los track. He just liked it. Like people are weird nowadays. I don't understand it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, like you didn't get much traction from the King Los track?
Yeah, he didn't promote it. He gave me his number and everything. He was like, "Yeah, I'll put it up." He didn't put it up. I'm like, "Damn!" Didn't answer any texts. Nothing. I'm like,
damn.
Maybe I'll rap them or something. I don't know, but like,
No, yeah. This wasn't. I mean, King Los was dope, but it. No.
Yeah, like did he really just phone it in like that? Like, come on, man.
Oh, so you did feel that way?
I don't know how to feel about it. You sent me a second verse at the same time, and like it still didn't hit as much as because the one that made it was the initial verse. So like he liked that one better. And you try it again, and you know what I mean? I don't know. Understand,
Like I said, I thought the verse was cool, but it didn't sound like a typical King Los verse.
Right. I had to like actually re-record my verses just because he was rapping on like this frequency that was really like laid back, and I'm like, all right, I can't like animate as much as I initially did. People actually saw that. They were like, yo, like you guys are like rapping on this like lower like frequency, and it wasn't like as energetic as I wanted it to. And I'm like, well, I did that actually because he did that, like it was for the sake of the song.
That's weird, huh? Yeah, you must have just hit him on an off day.
Whatever, I don't know, man. I try not to think about it for a
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
think Ken ain't no off day.
Nah, it was.
He gave you a whack verse. It just
he didn't give you a whack verse. It was just mediocre.
Yeah. He didn't give you a whack verse. It just
the basketball references and shit. Like, come on, sports references. That's really mediocre.
You just, yeah.
Well, I mean, shit. You can go around. I mean, you probably wouldn't want to do this, but you could be like, yeah, I got a song with King Los and shit. My verse is better than his.
Yeah, I say that, but I don't want to start no beef at the same time. I mean, maybe is that the way to come up? Yeah, say it for me, please. Please do it. I'm waiting for somebody to just be like, yeah, this guy did it.
See, now that maybe should be the track that you put on that playlist.
Yeah.
Because people not knowing your name, they'll know King Los's name. They're like, oh shit, let me go see what this dude's talking about. And they'll be like, wait a minute, he was rapping better than King Los. And then they'll definitely go check your other shit out.
That's a good idea, Mike. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Rolling with that. See, I didn't know if it was Limbo or Black On. That was definitely the two I was rolling with.
Yeah, it wouldn't be starting B, because I mean, we're not going to repeat nothing you're saying here, of course.
Right.
But I think the fans will speak for themselves. They'll listen to it and be like, oh yeah, his verse is hard. And King Los's verse was cool, but it wasn't, it wasn't mind blowing. But yeah, that might be a better look for you, bro. Is making that song the lead out.
Cool. I appreciate that. Hey, FIFA, what's going on, man?
You said what your
What's
lady
good, bro? Hey, my bad. What's good, bro?
Chilling with the guys. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. How'd you get that King Los feature? If
Just
you
through
didn't
his
say that.
just through his management, I paid him for it, and then the same amount it was to get him on the track, it was to get him in the video. And I'm just like, damn.
Oh,
Yeah, I did the video, and he still wasn't promoted. That was my first time on a plane. Like I was making sacrifices. Like this is
Damn.
just last year. This is over the summer.
Damn.
wow.
Do you have anybody else that you want to rap with?
I'm thinking like if I'm gonna do another bigger feature, just bigger than me, it'd have to be somebody else on the come up as well, because like King Los ain't really like, you know what I mean? He's still trying to break whatever surface he clawing at for real, for real.
Right, right. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like he's a name, but not like that. You know what I mean? So I didn't know if it was somebody else you aspired to kind of rap with or have featured or whatnot.
Right. I mean, he was just throwing across my table, and it was like, "Hey, King Los is only charging, this amount for a feature. Like, I think we should get on it while it's light." And I just took advantage of it just for the namesake. But his name don't really hold that much weight nowadays, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's trying to carve out some himself, man.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a bit of a name. I mean, he's been around for a while. I think people are still impressed by his name. I think his issue is he don't put out enough material. He don't ever rap.
Right. He raps often, man. He released a lot of like anything sometimes, a lot of freestyles. Yeah, man. He be around.
Go ahead.
He be around some notable people. I think recently he was like in the same room as Diddy and The Weeknd in the same picture. And I'm like, dog, like, how are you next to these people and you not going wherever you're trying to go? Like, I don't know what's up with his deal right now.
Sometimes you just get sometimes you just get stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you good?
We heard you just fine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
We heard you just fine.
Okay, my bad. But yeah, like you can damn, that threw me off. I'm sorry. But Los be around Diddy and stuff. He been around them. But sometimes, man, as an artist, you just reach your ceiling. I think Los reached his ceiling. But I think it was a good strategic move, though. Because at the end of the day, like the guys are saying, King Los is still, it's a name, but it ain't the biggest name. Right. But for an up and coming artist, for you to have King Los, is like, oh shit, what are you doing? So it's a good move. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't, for your next couple features, you don't get people that are that much bigger than you or, that much bigger than Los, it's fine, man. Like you got to remember, you're in a game right now where you're just trying to get eyeballs. And names like Los give you eyeballs.
Right.
So it's not a bad move.
I appreciate that for sure. Cause it's you live and you learn. It was a lesson for sure. Like even the music video, I can't even promote it on YouTube because the creative director has some models shaking ass in it. I'm like, what? Like, I can't even get some ads running on this shit because like models in here like with a whole unitard, they're not even naked, not even a 2-piece, nothing like.
But that's fine. Look. You got to be playing the long game, right? The long game is becoming a household name. So whatever it is that you can do to get the attention, even if it doesn't pay you now, that's fine. So even though you can't get ads run on the music video, put it out because the views are more important than the money that you're gonna make from the ads. And trust me, you see who you talking to, bro. The ad money ain't all that.
Don't move past the ads. Hold on a second. Wait, who told you couldn't put ads on it?
YouTube itself. It's not even the fact of like ads. I can't even like use Google ads to promote the music video.
Can't monetize it.
What? Hey. Since when?
Like watch the video. The girl's just twerking in the beginning, and I think people won't even react to it via YouTube because of that. Thing.
It's because it's at the beginning.
Oh, really?
When you upload the videos, there's a section where you can't have anything that's considered vulgar. I think it's within the first. Is it 30 seconds, y'all?
15, 30 seconds, somewhere
15,
around there.
30 seconds, something like that. So if it's at the very, very, very beginning, then that's the problem.
Okay. Maybe I can get it re-edited, send it back out or something.
I definitely would have, especially if there's not that many views on it. Because I didn't know there was a video. I just clicked the audio link. So I didn't know there was a video for it. So I haven't seen it. But if there's not like a shitload of views on it, I would see if you can just re-edit it, get that shit moved to the back. I mean, again, but FIFA, like FIFA said, you're not going to get a ton of ad revenue money off that. You're really not. They don't pay like they used to.
Nah. So the biggest thing, bro, is when I say play the long game, don't worry about the money right now. If you're passionate about the music, do the music, get the views up. Your views are more important. Your downloads, your total downloads, how many people streaming you, how many people engaging with your shit is more important than anything else right now. It's more important than money because the money will come on the back end.
Right. No, I appreciate that advice, man. I appreciate that a lot. So,
music, FIFO. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you good? And I was about to ask, like, was you surprised too, FIFO, when you heard the music?
Yeah. I'm like, look, man, I'm not throwing nobody under the bus. So I'm not saying no names, but we get a lot of things thrown our way, and rarely is it at the quality that it's at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and especially when I saw the King Los, I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So nah, most definitely. I like your presence on the track, beat selection. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, most def. I definitely think you got something. So just keep attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Keep attacking. And I could tell, look at the albums you got in the back of you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
I'm an old soul with it
know.
too. Yeah. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
So what are you actually trying to accomplish as far as the music goes? Like, where are you actually trying to take this?
Somebody asked me that recently, and I was like, I'm trying to go all the way. And I guess that wasn't a good answer for real, bro. He's like, yeah, that's what everybody's saying. They get discouraged, I'm just like, damn, maybe he's onto something. I'm like, damn, I guess like now I'm kind of setting goals yearly. So I think I'm trying to get to like the festival level right now. I'm trying to do right now I'm going to Rolling Loud just to like network and talk to people in the summer.
Yep.
Like
Little
by little. Just little by little.
How much work you got? Like how many projects, how many songs? Like what do you still have in the vault?
In the vault right now, I got 5 songs that made the cut out of like 8 that I've made since the EP in August. So, I'm working on this next full-length project, and I think it's gonna definitely wow you guys when I come back around.
That's what's up.
Yeah, all in all, I think I got like almost 30 songs, and it's a pretty decent catalog for people to just scour through and see the growth.
So, like on that project, like, because I still don't hear a plan per se or a goal. So, and you may not even have it right now, but I will say if you don't have it right now, you need something to aspire to, something to see. Like with Dead End, right? Like we always saw, at a certain place. So like going to a certain place, we always were able to like, do things to get to these places. So you need like a finish, not necessarily a finish line, but something that you can reach. And then once you reach that, what's the next thing you're gonna reach? So yeah, I think that's an important question that you have to answer for yourself. Because right now you're just kind of creating, right? You're kind of, I'm gonna make some dope music and I hope people listen to it. I hope people hear it. That's all cool. But what then after that? If somebody was to approach you tomorrow and ask you that question, like somebody very important to hit you and ask you that question, you got to be ready to answer that. You know what I mean? Like
in this day and age, though, in terms of rappers, how saturated the game is. I mean, like, what is other niggas really saying too at the same time, other than like, yeah, I'm trying to get this money. Yeah, I'm trying to, make XXL or, the common shit, go all the way. It's something to think about. I believe that.
I mean, especially with your stuff, man. Your words have your rhymes have meaning, purpose. It's not just like some, oh man, this is just something for you to turn up to in the club. Now that'd be different if that was the case, but that's not. It doesn't seem like the case here. It seems like you're really trying to say something. You're trying to reach a certain demographic. You're trying to reach a person. You know what I'm saying? So what are you actually trying to do?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to hit a certain bracket, certain acclaim. I definitely want to break the box in terms of like this lyrical shit. I want to like make it more palatable, and I think it is. I'm hitting that line of like it's lyrical, but it also it bumps. You can listen to it in the background for sure. I guess more of a Kendrick status, more of a J. Cole status, and that takes time for sure. But that's stardom. That is stardom, though.
Yeah, it takes time until it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a moment, you know. So the thing is, like, strategically, you know, as the artist, obviously your main priority is making the music and continue to push yourself, right? But strategically, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have a management team, or you ain't got nobody really assisting you like that, you got to start reaching out to like entities. You know what I'm saying? You need interviews, you need exposure. Everything about an up and coming artist is solely about exposure. Well, not solely. Obviously, the music got to be there too, but it depends on what lane you're in. In the lane that you're in, you definitely need exposure, because to me, you don't sound like the type of rapper that's going to drop 4 or 5 projects a year. You may drop 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do in between time when you just said that there's that rap is so saturated? You know what I'm saying? That and that's one of the beautiful things about somebody like Kendrick. He could take 2, 3, 4 years before releasing it, but it's because he's built up so much equity in that last album that, okay, I'm willing to wait. You know, you're not there yet, but you need exposure. Every up and coming artist needs exposure. So, you know, you got to look at entities, you know, obviously like ourselves, like Complex, like I can't think who Yo used to write for, DJ Booth, you know,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even like local stuff, you know what I'm saying? There's online magazines, online hip hop magazines. Like, you need your name everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to worry about. Because I think the music thing comes, you know, rather natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe your skill level is very high.
Right. And I was explaining that to somebody. The music's there. And I think as of recently, now that I'm 21, I've been going out to bars, talking to many people as I can, going to different venues. My plan, actually, I haven't been disclosing this much, but it's now to host my own events. You know, I'm sitting here scrambling for opportunities that aren't coming. Well, why don't I create the opportunity? So now I'm about to book up a little showroom that holds about 150 people. Let me host an open mic, because who's really coming to see Caesar Rodney? Because who the fuck is this guy? But if it's an open mic, I can still perform and also, you know, put other people on and bring the locals out.
Yep.
Shit like that.
And also, yeah, 100%. And even the ones that are already established versus you, because look, you trying to host, that's a lot of work. That's putting an event together is a lot of work. You may think it's easy, but it's not, bro. It's not. So I would say, instead of trying to take on that endeavor right now, because do you have a team? Or is it just you primarily?
I have a little independent label that I kind of like, you know, talk to for counsel, and they, you know, they help here and there.
I got you. But in all honesty, until you get like a certain level of status where, you know, if this venue holds 150 people, I know just off the strength I'm gonna get 100 people here, I wouldn't worry about hosting. I would just worry about getting your name out there with established shows. Whether that means you only perform 1 or 2 songs, it is what it is. You gotta just leave your impact. You know what I'm saying? Just continue to permeate yourself in the vibe of your city. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll grow. It'll grow.
Right. Yeah.
Do you have any people in your area doing that?
Yeah, I got a couple guys that I was hitting up. They're hosting like their own festivals just locally and shit like that I'm getting in contact with, DMing them and applying for their shows and, you know, seeing what comes and what hits. But a lot of them are also looking for the numbers. So it's a money thing as well, where, you know, you got to get
what
those
about the open mics? Do you have people doing open mics? Like, do you have people hosting those?
Nah, not too often. You get like slam poetry open mics, but nobody has a hip hop R&B one as of right now. I went to a Boom Bap Society little jam session and rapped at the end of that when he, you know, kept it open for everybody to come up. But you know, just little appearances here and there. But that's why I was kind of like, hey, there's a niche in Baltimore right now where they don't have these R&B and hip hop open mics. Maybe I can fill that.
Yeah, then that's where I slightly disagree with Ralph. If there's nobody else doing it, then I think you should do it. What you could do, like a kind of a compromise between what Ralph's saying, what I'm saying, is find somebody to partner with so you can make it a little bit easier for yourself. But if there's not an event like that going on, I definitely think you should start it, because especially if you can find a group of people that are like-minded, that are all in the same boat, that are all like, yeah, we want to fucking perform live, but we don't know who to get with. And then you're the one that organizes it. Yeah, man, you're set.
Right. I like that point. Definitely getting in contact with somebody who already has a little acclaim in the city in terms of, like, you know, whether they're hosting events themselves, you know, they're in the midst of all of that, you know, definitely partnering with them.
Yeah, because FIFO's right. It's a lot of work and you don't want to do that by yourself. So if you can partner with someone that's maybe done a few already and y'all can just mind meld, you'd be way better off.
Right. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
I think that should be your next move, man. Personally, is just trying to get some more eyes on your stuff. I mean, if you can hold down your local area, then a lot of times the rest comes naturally.
Yep. You know, another thing too, I'm not saying it's a good idea or bad idea, but the way people used to sling CDs out of their trunk, obviously, the way people consume media now is different. But you know, USB drives with your music, CDs, like during these festivals, especially whether you're performing or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell you, a lot of those CDs I didn't listen to, but a lot of them I did. And sometimes, you know, you find some people. You definitely find some people. But you know, it's a lot of groundwork. It's a lot of groundwork to break an artist, and it ain't cheap. Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of people get discouraged, man, because they feel, oh, you know, I've been in it 2-3 years. Oh, it might take you 7. Conway he talks about it. He's 40. He just turned 40. He just getting on now.
Right. You know? I question that sometimes. I'm like, damn, like, how long is it going to take? When did my clock start? Did it start last year, 5 years ago? You know, did it start when I was writing? When I was 13? Did it start, you know what I mean? When I no shit?
Yeah. It starts when you start taking it seriously. And it sounds like you're already taking it seriously. So I would just continue to do that. Just keep putting out good music and just try to work on promotion. Plugging yourself as much as you can without spamming people.
Right. Yeah.
Just trying to promote and plug yourself as much as you can, I think is your number one. That should be your number one focus right now, because the music is there. And as long as you can keep that music at a consistent level, you're good. But just start working on promoting yourself more. Like how many Twitter followers do you have?
Twitter? Yeah, I got like 30. I don't even know how to pop on Twitter. Like, I'm like, yo, what is this? I don't even know. Like,
hijack hashtags.
Right.
Hijack hashtags and just post your stuff as much as you can. Post it on blogs. Yep. Post it on Reddit. I recently learned how to use Reddit, and I found a bunch of music on Reddit. Just post it on Reddit. Like there's hip hop Reddit pages. We have our own Reddit page. Just drop links in there and just like, yo, I appreciate if y'all check me out.
Right.
Another thing too is Twitter Spaces. Like a lot of people are starting to follow people off of Twitter Spaces. So like it's exactly like Clubhouse. So people can get in there and you know, you just start talking like, hey, you know what, this young brother right here, man, I like him. Let me just follow him. You know what I'm saying? So definitely start to get into Twitter Space. Anywhere that your voice can be heard, bro. Like that's where you need to be.
Wow, that's interesting because like I see like the groundwork is being at the bar and shit, but like in this digital age, yeah, these Twitter Spaces the same. Damn.
What's your Twitter handle?
Caesar Rodney _TME. Same thing with the Instagram. I'll put it in the chat real quick too.
Yeah. Outside of, you know, the traditional ways, man, I guess like you got to get creative too with what you're doing with your music. A guy you probably should follow is he's actually been associated with us before, but his name is The Real Jay Nolan. Yeah, it's The Real Jay Nolan, and he has a really unique way of getting money as an artist. Like he does like song placements. Like he got a few song placements on like shows and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like TV shows or whatnot. And I don't know how he does it. Like I haven't followed him like that, but he's making moves to find ways to use his music to get money, because he's like a full-time artist. So definitely follow him. He's like, I know it's Real Jay Nolan on Instagram. So you might be able to find some, you know, some creative ways you can like sell your music, sync your music, and get money that way too, just by being an artist. You know, sometimes it's not always just, you know, I want my album to pop or I want this to pop. Sometimes you actually can make a lot of money just you know, with the music that you already have. You know, people need like music and rap songs and movies and shows all the time. So and your music is good. and they may actually hear like, oh man, that's a good track. This fits perfectly with this scene that I want to do. So
Right.
he has different tips and ways to get your music placed in areas like that.
Yeah, I just followed him. I'll definitely DM him, see if he open or give me some tips.
Gotcha.
Tell him Rod sent you though, just so he doesn't think it's like some.
Oh yeah. Rod from Modest Media from Dead End Hip Hop. Yeah.
Cool. I can use your name.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. You can even tag me if you want to. Like, yeah, like I did a one-on-one when he told me to check you out. Blah, blah, blah. You got some good tips on how to, for artists or whatnot. I want to bring him on the show, actually. I haven't talked to him about it yet, but I want to bring him on the show because I think he's doing some really dope stuff. And I think it's very beneficial for up-and-coming artists to kind of think outside the box with their music or whatnot. So
Appreciate this. I considered this like one of these looks that I needed. And I've spent my money on some dumb shit that I thought would work. And I think this is probably like the best $100 I've ever spent for
real. Appreciate you.
That's what's up. Hey, you'll put that in the Patreon messenger too.
Put what?
Your social.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah. They may disappear by the time we finish this. But yeah, Caesar Rodney _TNT. All right, cool. Matter of fact, let me go ahead. That's Twitter or IG. I missed that.
Yeah, it should be the same.
You said both.
Yes.
Yeah, but seriously, man, check out Real Jay Nolan, man. He's an artist too, up and coming. He's local here. Really dope as well. Really dope MC.
Yeah, he's
in Atlanta, right?
He's not from here, but he lives here. Yeah. Okay. He claims Atlanta, so yeah, I think he basically here now. But yeah, we've had him on a couple things. We had him on a couple of our projects or whatnot. Super dope artist, and we seen him in action. Like, this dude does not come to play. If you step in the booth with him,
yeah, be ready.
Just be ready.
Be ready.
Because he will work you in a booth. Trust and believe.
All right, cool. I'm gonna chop it up with him for sure. If you really like that.
Yeah.
I'm competitive.
And yeah, you know what? And you saying to get with other artists too. So he might be, somebody that you can, track with. So yeah. Yeah. I think he'll like you, definitely.
Yeah. He won't send you no bullshit.
Right. He gonna try to kill you on the track. Trust and believe.
Hey man, I'm competitive. You see what I do to y'all heard it. Come on.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of those guys. Cause we have a guy that Damone Tyrell, I don't know if you see us talking about him a lot. But yeah, Damone tried to come and play with him on a couple tracks and
didn't go well. That did not go well.
And Damone is dope. But he wasn't ready for what
I remember that was Damone first time meeting him. I was like, yo, Damone. I kept telling Damone, I was like, Damone, come here. I said, look, this dude is nice, man. Like, so of course, Damone. Okay, I got you, B. I got you. I'm like, all right. I said, all right. So then when he heard his first verse, I was like, I looked at Damone like, I told you. I was in the particular studio with him when they was both crafting that their first song. So I looked at Damone like, I told you, man. I told you I'm bringing somebody that's gonna bring some heat. He was like, I got you.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy how quality music in terms of like up and coming artists is just rare like that. When it comes to like listeners like you guys, like gatekeepers, so to speak, tastemakers like you guys.
Appreciate it, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man. Get your ass to school, man.
Yeah. Now it's time to go, man. I appreciate y'all so much.
Oh, no,
we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, dog, for real.
I'll be seeing y'all again. All right.
I hope.
All right, bro.
All right,
Take care.
Talking to you, man.
Great talking to y'all. Peace.
Later.
Peace.